example, right? So I've just captured all those things. So just follow this one. And what is the next topic? We have something called as encryption. What do you mean by encryption? Anyone? Any idea on encryption? Your sister?
Yes, Naveen.
Any idea on encryption? I mean,
Encryption.
general.
Encryption means the standard ways means you have a data. It cannot be accessible by other person, so you can encrypt the data to make it more secure. Like there is a
Okay.
private or public key. Yeah. Means base 64 is a very common format of encryption by which we can encrypted our data. By
Yeah,
any other person cannot be accessed it is so easily. So it should be an Hebrew word for other person.
that's it. That's it. So it's it's a encryption. With the help of this encryption, I can secure my data. For example, let's say this is my source, right? And from source, and let's say this is my destination one. Now, from here to here, I have to transfer the data, right? And if I have to transfer, let's say this is my transfer, and this is my actual data which I would like to transfer from this person to this person. And most of the cases we are dealing with our internet, and definitely, someone hack our system, and they can get our data as well. They can easily they can decrypt. I mean, they can easily they can get our data over the internet. So, in order to avoid these thefts, what we will do, we do something called as encryption. Encryption refers, we'll just add some kind of keys along with text. So instead of directly sending actual content of text, what we'll do, 1, 2, 3, I just append here, and another 1, 2, 3 after my content. So that what I'll say, from the whoever the data is receiving, I'll just convey the message to destination person saying that just try to use 1, 2, 3 before your message and after the message, so that you just take out this one, then this will be your message which I'm planning to give. So this is something called as encryption, and at the destination we decrypt the thing. This is called as decryption, which means we'll add some additional data at the time of before we send the data to the destination. So the additional data we add, right? So those data are called keys, right? So the additional data are called keys, and we send the data along with these additional keys, and we'll just educate the destination person. Please use these keys to decrypt your data. So this is kind of encryption and decryption. So we have uploaded couple of objects till now, right? So then AWS is not taking care of that. Yes, definitely it is taking care of no, it is taking care of the security as well. But if you still need to give additional security, right? So then we have option of this encryption in S3. So if you want to upload or if you want to download any data over S3, we have something called as encryption option or encryption feature which is available in S3. And with the help of this, we can encrypt our data before actually sending it to a server or to another location or to another person. Right? So this is about encryption. So we have two types of encryption. One is SSC S3. SSC refers to server side encryption. Please understand, SSC refers to server side encryption, and we have another type of encryption in S3 which is called as server side encryption key management service. What are the difference here? Okay, coming to SSC S3, which means server side encryption, My AWS S3 will take care of addition of your key to the content and decrypting the key at at the destination end. Everything will be managed by our Amazon S3 itself, right? So both are server side encryption only. But if we use SSE S3, encryption using keys handled and managed by Amazon S3 itself. Whereas if we come to key management service, we will see that key management service is one of the service in AWS. So the we will request AWS developer. So we will be having AWS developer. There are differences, right? AWS developer role is different and AWS solution architect is different. So if you want to implement this server-side encryption with the help of key management service, we need to request AWS developer or any developer. Then they will give some key. Then we should use those keys to encrypt and decrypt our messages, right? But if we go to SSE S3, this is the one which will be, we'll just have to select the data. We'll just have to select this option, and rest of the things will be taken care by our AWS itself. This is about no, server-side encryption of S3 and server-side encryption of key management service. So both will handle the same thing. So, so here everything will be handled by Amazon. So here a part of the things I should be taken care, which means certain keys I need to pass. We will see how. So these keys will be generated by our AWS developer and will pass on. We'll just use those keys for our encryption. Now coming to encryption, we have two types of. We have two levels of encryption. So we can also secure our bucket by enabling bucket level encryption, or we can also perform object level encryption. How to do that? Let's have to create a bucket, and later we under properties we can enable these options. So as of now, we'll not be able to see these, how exactly encryption and decryptions are happening. These are all inbuilt process which will be taken care by Amazon itself. Okay, so by default, yes, there are already some security things will be taken care by S3. But additionally, if you want to go more secure, you can go ahead and use this encryption option. Okay, how to do that? We will see. So let me create a bucket. Uh, let's say training 2. I'm creating it North Virginia region and enabling these options. Right, and I'm just unblocking this one. Let me acknowledge. See, default encryption. So this is the option we have. If you want, you can enable here itself. So as I was saying, so here we have two options. One is SSE S3 and SSE KMS, right? So here we have these options. But as of now, let me just disable it and let me show it via properties options. Okay. Let me click on create bucket. So I've just created a bucket. Now click on your bucket, go to your properties. Now there is an option called default encryption. Click on edit. See, I was saying, right? So mostly we'll be trying to learn almost all the features which are available under properties. So we'll be seeing, object lock, and we have already discussed about transfer acceleration. And later we'll also be looking into event notifications, right? And server access logging we'll be discussing this. I think most of the S3 components we'll be discussing. And tags we are discussing for sure. Bucket versions we have seen. Okay. So now we are talking about encryption. So we here under the bucket, under the properties of your bucket, we see this option click on edit and click on enable. Now here you see, if I just select this SSE S3, then generation of the key, right? Generation of the key. What is the key here? 123 123. This key will be generated and appended to your actual message. And at the receiver side, it will just remove, it will just take off these additional content. Everything will be managed by Amazon itself, Amazon S3 itself. But if we go ahead and do this option, here we have many options. So by default, see, this is the AWS managed key, which is given by key management service. Or if you have already existing one, you can always go ahead and select if you have any. Or if you want, you can create a new KMS key, right? And if somebody have already generated a key, then probably if your AWS developer is providing that one, then you can just enter that one and you can use it, right? So don't worry about them. So just go for, let's make it simple. Let us try to, I mean, see here, you'll just get a key from the developer and you just have to mention the key. That's it. And rest of the things will remain same. Whereas if you select this particular option, like Amazon S3, SSE S3, then everything will be maintained by this one. So once again, we'll not be able to see much differences. So it is similar to that. So we have created a bucket and we are uploading an object. So this will be taken care by Amazon itself. So we'll not feel any differences as such. And this is one part. And here we give permission, right? So these things we have given under bucket level. Now you can also secure your data on object level as well, right? So this is the server side encryption. If you have something like that, so here you can go ahead and set this one, right? So this is how you can secure your data. Any questions here?
Naveen, I don't able to understand that the text file where you are showing 123 ABC 123, where I should put that.
Okay.
Yeah, this one two
See,
three test one. Where should I put?
no, we will be just putting the data as test only.
Oh,
We are
okay, okay,
not
okay. For understanding.
we are
Okay.
not we are not doing these kind of things. These things will be handled by S3 only. I've just given one example. This is my test
Okay.
data which I want to transfer from source to destination, right? And what I'm doing, I'm apart from this test, before actually sending, I mean before actual this actual content, I'm just adding 123 here, and after my content, I'm also adding another 123 here. So this is the way I'm securing my data. So my actually the content is only test, but just to secure my data, so I'm just adding this additional content, and at the destination side, I should convey these keys to the destination one so that they know how to decrypt these keys and they should get the original content. Do you see my point, Pratishta?
Got it. Got it.
Okay. So this is about encryption, right? So just have little hands on. You will definitely will have fun and you will love this subject, right? Okay. So now let me delete this bucket as well. Okay. This is about the encryption part in S3.